Mystery films are broken down into a few categories, but some common ones we often see are whodunits, psychological mysteries, and suspense thriller mysteries. Whodunits typically revolve around the solving of a crime, sometimes with false clues, misdirection, and murder usually being the central theme. Suspense thriller mysteries will blend the three themes and revolve around hidden secrets, the uncovering of dangerous truths, while creating tension for the audience, usually involving high stakes, danger, or even a life-threatening atmosphere. Lastly, we have psychological mysteries, which dive into the complexities of the human mind, exploring the mental aspect of characters and their motivations. This genre holds a special place in my heart, making it my personal favorite. Some mysteries will twist your mind, toy with your perception, and leave you questioning everything. If you're looking for films that do exactly that, then you've come to the right place. Here are 5 mystery movies I recommend you watch in 2025 if you haven't seen them already. At number 5, we have Charade, which is a classic. It is often celebrated as the Hitchcock film that Hitchcock never made, as it was directed by Stanley Donen. It's one of the most unique whodunit films I've seen so far, starring Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. Her character returns to discover that everything from her home has been stolen and also that her husband has been murdered.
Have you no idea who could have done it? Until 2 days ago, the only thing I really knew about Charles was his name. It seemed I didn't even know that.
She soon discovers that his past has resurfaced, trapping her in a dangerous game. Pursued by a group of men seeking a substantial sum of money left behind after her husband's death, she finds herself drawn to one of them despite her lingering doubts about whom to trust.
One more time, Doc. Where is it?
Supposing I had it, which I don't.
You never know where this film is going to go due to its constant plot twist after plot twist. It has blends of suspense, mystery, and romance that's done in a stylish way, which is why people give it a Hitchcock vibe. It's a fun ride that pulls you in many directions.
You tell lies.
That wraps up Charade. It still holds up today as one of the best whodunits. At number 4, we have Images, directed by Robert Altman, which I feel is easily one of the most underrated psychological mystery movies ever made. This is a hallucinatory descent into madness. If you love movies that will make you question what's real or not, then this is the one for you.
Why are you telling me this?
Why are you telling me this? Why are you
Starring Susan York, we follow her character, an author that's struggling to complete her book. However, her mental state worsens as she experiences auditory and visual hallucinations. Her mind is slipping away from reality. She's having visions of people whose existence may or may not be real. The movie dives into how intricate the mind can be or how it can play tricks on us.
You are dead. You have been dead for 3 years. You can't be here.
As her mind continues to unravel, the world around her shifts into an unsettling haze of distorted memories. Voices are echoing from nowhere, leaving her in a world that no longer makes sense. The people she trusts have now become strangers.
Go back! Go back!
And that wraps up Images, a very masterful, underrated mystery film. At number 3, we have The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which is one of the most eerie and unsettling mystery films I've seen. It's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos and it stars Colin Farrell, who plays a surgeon whose past has come back to haunt him in a way that's very bizarre yet terrifying when he meets a kid named Martin who inserts himself into his life in unsettling ways. The film blends themes of Greek tragedy with modern horror and will make you question fate, justice, and morality.
What else do you want me to do?
Something to put an end to all of this. That's what I want. Can you do that? You do realize, Stephen, we're in this situation because of you.
The film goes hand in hand with the life quote, "An eye for an eye," as the son of the patient who has died holds the surgeon responsible for the death of his father. He has now placed a supernatural curse on this family, which leads to some strange symptoms and the unpredictability of the lengths that this kid will go. It's almost as if Martin believes he's some kind of god.
Where did you see him?
At the hospital. He was hanging around your car. It looked like he was waiting for you. Tried to say hello, but he pretended not to see me.
Paired with lots of symbolic references, hidden messages, and ominous music, it creates this sinister-like atmosphere from start to finish that will suffocate you. It also poses the question, was the surgeon truly responsible for the death of Martin's father?
It's nothing serious.
No, it is. That critical moment we both knew would come someday. Here it is. That time is now.
And when it was all said and done, I was left with this sense of unease, and that's what made it unsettling for me. And that wraps up The Killing of a Sacred Deer. The Lynchian nightmare begins with number 2 being Lost Highway, directed by David Lynch, who is a master of cinematic puzzles, with this being his most mind-bending film. It has a dreamlike, nightmarish atmosphere with shifting identities, cryptic messages, and some unsettling performances, also being one of the most complex films I've seen. We follow a jazz musician named Fred and his wife who starts receiving eerie videotapes documenting their home.
Who are you?
Throughout the film, we learn that Fred's feelings towards his wife are complicated, as it seems that he's always bothered by her. He is consumed by suspicion, insecurity, and the frustration to not sexually satisfy her, which manifests as paranoia and resentment as he fears she is unfaithful. The film never confirms whether his suspicions are justified. And this is where David Lynch's style of shifting personalities gets involved, and I began to get a headache. After accused of the murder of his wife, Fred mysteriously transforms into a completely different character. The next character we follow is named Pete, a young mechanic who becomes entangled with Alice, the mistress of a gangster who resembles Fred's wife.
Is that you? Are both of them you?
Pete's reality begins to fracture, leading to disturbing sequences, a looping plot, the Lynchian nightmare as some would call it.
We've met before, haven't we?
I don't think so.
And that wraps up Lost Highway, a very mind-bending film. At number 1, we have another cinematic puzzle, the ultimate mystery, Mulholland Drive, also directed by David Lynch. We follow a character named Betty who has arrived to Hollywood to pursue her dreams as a movie star, but her plans are interrupted when she meets a woman with amnesia and is set on helping her solve her identity. Rather simple plot, but there's nothing simple when it comes to David Lynch and identities.
What's your name? I'm sorry, I'll get out of here and we can talk later.
They uncover that her name might be Rita, but as reality begins to fracture and the story unfolds, Betty finds herself entangled in a surreal labyrinth of shifting identities, lost memories, in which some would interpret as the Hollywood dream turned nightmare.
Diane. Will that be all? Would you like your check?
The film doesn't follow a traditional beginning to end structure. It loops, distorts time, and presents events out of sequence. It's a film that you'll want to watch over and over, searching for clues that may not fully reveal themselves. Its non-linear storytelling makes it difficult to separate reality from illusion, and it forces you to interpret its meaning rather than providing concrete answers. It's truly structured like a puzzle, and I'm forever grateful to David Lynch for giving us this creation. May his soul rest in peace.
6980 Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive.
And that wraps up Mulholland Drive and our 5 mystery movies. Leave a comment with your favorite mystery movies and I'll add them to the watch list.